Hello.
Teruko!
Huh? Hmm.
In any case... I see.
Hmm? Sorry.
Of course.
Yeah.
Hmm... Anyway...
Hello. It'll be all right.
I see.
Of course. It's no issue.
Cut that out.
I'm sorry.
Anyway.
Right.
By the way,
I'm not your doctor. I don't want your thanks. Just die.
You're no fun.
stop.
Stupid!
Forgive me, but...
Well...
Can you stop that?
I'm sorry. Leave me alone.
Wait. Even so. Ridiculous.
Listen up! Whoa! Yep. Are we all ready? Let us begin the class trial to identify the Blacken that killed Xander Matthews, the ultimate rebel. That Blacken is one of you. So sow those seeds of distrust and fight amongst one another to reach the truth. It'll be an exciting battle, a thrilling show of hope and despair. Welcome to the class trial. Woohoo! But
Yo!
Entertaining, isn't it?
That's horrible.
How troubling.
Damn it!
Ugh. Get moving!
I disagree. In any case, considering the evidence,
I suppose.
So...
I find that hard to believe.
huh?
Stupid bitch!
What?
I killed Xander?